thank you for clicking on this Smashy Smashy Eggman movie reviews and more review. It is the final week of the Wednesday videos. This is the last one I'm shooting. No, I still have a couple more. I gotta go back and shoot. But this is the last one that's going to go up on YouTube. And yeah, I'm going to talk about... So, a couple of weeks ago, back in early December, I talked about Gremlins 2, The New Batch. And I talked about, like, how much I loved that movie. That my first DVD player was marked by buying a DVD of Gremlins 2. My first Blu-ray player was marked by buying Gremlins 2 on Blu-ray. Like, that's kind of been my marker for purchasing new and upgrading my players. But when I bought Gremlins 2, that wasn't the only movie I bought. See, I was allowed to buy 2 movies. And at that moment, I bought what at the time was probably my second favorite movie. As I got older, it shifted down the line a lot, until it wasn't even in my top 100 anymore. As I got older, my taste changed, but I still really love this movie. And that is Beverly Hills Cop, starring Eddie Murphy. When I was a kid, man, I loved Eddie Murphy. I wanted to own every Eddie Murphy movie, whether I liked it or not. That was just me. That was what I wanted. As I've grown older, I still like a lot of his movies. It's just... And these movies all hold a special place in my heart, because Beverly Hills Cop brought us Beverly Hills Cop 2, which might not stand up on its own accord, because this is still in shrink wrap, so I might need to set on one of these. Ha-ha! See that? Ingenuity. And it was followed by Beverly Hills Cop 3, and I guess now they are making a Beverly Hills Cop 4, which is probably going to be a legacy sequel. It hasn't come out at the time of me filming this. I don't think it's coming out by the time this airs. But, yeah, this was the first trilogy of movies I really, really loved. And if you go back to my top 10 favorite trilogies, it's on there. This trilogy is on that list. Does it rank number 1? No. That's Back to the Future. But does it still hold a place in my heart? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So let's take a few minutes, talk about some Beverly Hills Cop. So we get the first Beverly Hills Cop. This movie is weird because they wanted a lot of different actors. Like, they wanted an action star originally, like Sylvester Stallone. Stallone eventually wasn't able to do the movie. They ended up getting Eddie Murphy and having to rewrite the script to be a lot more comedic in tone because the movie had been written to fit Sylvester Stallone, so they put it back to a more comedic tone of a movie. And Eddie Murphy all of a sudden became a bigger named star. He had made, I think, just Trading Places at this point. This was his second movie that he had made. Like, not even second movie, like, this is it. He starred with Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places, then he did Beverly Hills Cop. There was no, like, Eddie Murphy in a supporting role in this movie. He just started big. Basically, it's about a cop who's visited by one of his best friends. His friend is eventually assassinated, and the cop who lives in Chicago Axel Foley decides to travel to Beverly Hills, where his friend was from, to find out who killed him and why. He eventually meets the Beverly Hills police, starts working with them in a capacity that is more akin to, you're going to work with me, and this is how we're going to do it. Trying to figure out who killed his friend, why they killed him, and stop them from doing their evil, wicked deeds. This movie was a huge hit. Huge hit. Enough, again, to spawn 2 sequels, with the second one needing now to find another reason to bring our Detroit cop to Beverly Hills. This time it's because one of the cops, he befriended the chief, or the captain, from the first movie, is investigating a string of crimes called the Alphabet Murders, Alphabet Robberies, because each crime is the beginning of an alphabet, so A, B, C, D. And they leave a message. And he is eventually shot as the B crime, which is weird, because they only committed the A crime. They were already known as the alphabet crimes, but they only committed the A crime because he was the B crime. But they shoot him, and that brings Axel back to Beverly Hills to avenge his friend's death. Again, working with the other cops who he had befriended in the first movie, and continuing the series. The third movie comes out, and again, we need a reason to bring Axel Foley to Beverly Hills, so they kill his captain. So a dude from Beverly Hills who works at an amusement park shoots his captain because they're trying to counterfeit money, and flees back to Beverly Hills, making Axel Foley have to follow to Beverly Hills. So it gets a little convoluted as the trilogy goes on as to why Axel Foley is going to Beverly Hills. But overall, it's a great trilogy. I have always enjoyed the Beverly Hills Cop movies. I think they're a lot of fun. I think they're enjoyable films. I think they're easy enough to binge. I've done it a couple of times in my life, because each movie is about an hour, 105 minutes. Actually, I'm looking, because these are VHS tapes. They actually have the runtime listed on the top flap. Look at that. The first and third one are 105. The second one's 103. And they're really quick watches. They're a lot of fun. You can now get them in a box set on DVD or Blu-ray. And again, they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. You get Judge Reinhold as Billy Rosewood, one of the Beverly Hills Cops. He's a lot of fun in these movies. And there's a lot of fun movies. Like I said, this was my introduction to Eddie Murphy. This was my introduction to a trilogy of movies. Even though Beverly Hills Cop 2 is as old as me, and Beverly Hills Cop 3 came out well after I was really excited for Beverly Hills Cop 3 to come out because of the first two movies. Is it the best? No. The series definitely goes 1, 2, 3 as far as the rankings go, but they're all fun movies. I can't believe how long, it's a 10-year gap between Beverly Hills Cop and Beverly Hills Cop 3. But the only Beverly Hills Cop 2 coming out, because it's not like today, where you just kind of shove movies out. So this was one of those series where, it's a 10-year span. You just kind of get that movie dropped in the middle of that 10 years. I don't think it is in the middle. It's 3 years after the first one, meaning it's 7 years before we get the third one. But again, these are fun movies. It's an enjoyable trilogy of films. They're a lot of fun. I enjoy them. If you've never seen the Beverly Hills Cop trilogy, check it out. I did it. I've done a lot of really short videos, especially these last 2 weeks. But, I'm getting ready to take a hiatus. I'm getting ready to take a break. So, it is what it is. But yeah, check out the Beverly Hills Cop trilogy. It's a great time. I love these movies. And they're worth your time. Alright? I'm Martin Prevost. This is Smashy Smashy Eggman Movie Reviews and more. It has been a pleasure and an honor coming to you every week for the last 3+ years, a little over 3 years. I'm providing you weekly content, but after a while, I gotta take a break. And that's what's happening. So, I'll talk to you later. Later days.